I always wondered when I was working for Stauffer, when I got to be 65, I'll probably be out. I always wondered, what am I going to do? I want to be doing something. So I thought, since popcorn was a crop that really notoriously had very poor stalks, it always fell over before harvest. I thought, if I'd just do a little messing around and could get some popcorn that would stand up, it'd be a good thing for the popcorn producers. And so I had a no-compete clause with Stauffer, and I asked them if I could do some popcorn improvement. That was before I retired. They said no, they didn't care. And so I started putting together some germplasm, and then I hired a guy that his name was John Rogers, and he had retired from the seed business, but he had done some popcorn breeding. And between he and I together, we first started making some crosses. And first thing we tried to do was broaden the germplasm base of popcorn, because it was really a pretty narrow germplasm base. And we tried to broaden the base, and then we started making some crosses. And John he helped me for about 6 or 7 years. And we did part of this work down in Texas. That's where he was living. Then we'd bring the product up here and grow it in the summertime. But after I retired in 1990, we moved everything up here, and we did all of the breeding after 1990 up here. And it would take us about 10 years from the time we would start before we would get a variety. And most of this is a lot of luck. And I think we were awfully lucky, because through the breeding process we did develop 2 really pretty outstanding hybrids. One of them is still being used very exclusively yet today. And the popcorn people tell me it's still one of the better products that there is out there. We had these experimental hybrids, and I can remember having some of them in my office. People would come in, I'd have them taste it. It was very tender and had a good flavor to it. And we just slowly started giving some of it away. And finally, we decided we'd need to put it in a microwave package. And I went over to a commercial packager over in Iowa, and he would package. I would take our popcorn over to him, and he would package our popcorn in a generic bag. And then we would just more or less pass that out or sell it. And then eventually we went to a branded bag, and then we bought our own processing equipment and made our own microwave. And as far as the microwave popcorn, we were pretty, I just think we had to be awful lucky, because we just kind of stumbled into things, I think. I don't necessarily think it was so much brilliance, we were just lucky. But QVC was on a tour looking for new products. They came to Nebraska, they came to Grand Island, and the Nebraska Department of Economic Development sent letters out to possible vendors. We got one, so we went to that on their tour feature over here at Grand Island. There was 280 vendors there with products. They were in Grand Island for 2 days. And here again, I'd say we just had to be awful lucky. The guy that came around our table was kind of a popcorn nut, I thought. He came up there, and we had our popcorn, and he was shoving that in his mouth and talking to us, and part of it was falling out of the side of his mouth onto the floor. And he liked the popcorn. But eventually, QVC picked 20 products out of Nebraska. They did that in every state in the nation. Once a week, they would feature those products at one of their TV programs. In Nebraska, it was on April 19th, they featured their product down at the Old Market in Omaha. They had a 2-hour program. We were one of the 20 Nebraska products, and they'd bought 1,600 packages from us. The package had 24 packages of popcorn in it. And they put them up for sale. They sold them for less than 4 minutes. They sold, and they selected our popcorn as the best new product from Nebraska. So they asked us to come back to their headquarters in Pennsylvania and go on air there, and we did that. And we actually ended up being vendors on QVC for 11 years. And I actually made about 150 trips myself. Their programs are always live. They're not recorded. They're always live. If you're watching them at 2 o'clock in the morning, those are live people there. So it was a great experience, and they sold an awful lot of popcorn for us. In fact, they were our major outlet for our popcorn. They kept our plant pretty well busy just making popcorn for them. And they would sell, we packaged 24 packages in a case. They'd sell it by the case, and one time we usually had about 8-minute segments, 7 or 8-minute segments on air. One time they sold over 8,000 of those boxes in our segment.